Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm gonna be talking about oh wait, let me go back there. We actually had hey, where is this? Yes, oh here it is actually. Paulo Sa Pereira. I'm curious if you're from Brazil. Looking at the name, I mean, big chance. But he asks, what would you recommend to someone who wants to become an expert funnel builder? Now, just if you go to Google and you type in the word sales funnel, you find a lot of pictures. So if you just look at this one really explains like what is a sales funnel really. So before we look at that, let's just have a quick talk about what is a sales funnel. And a lot of people do really complicated, like it's something really complex and complicated. But in reality, looking at that picture, you see the first thing, the idea of a funnel, it's just a process to get somebody from not being a client or not even knowing about you, like just being a random person in this planet, to becoming a customer. And then once he's a customer, you can try to send them up your value ladder. And that's the whole thing. Now, first off, a disclaimer. I'm not a millionaire. I didn't build this. Like, I think when you make a million building a sales funnel, then you can be a successful funnel builder. But how do you get there? How do you do it? First of all, is you just have to start doing, and then once you start doing, you will learn from the mistakes. So that's the first thing. But before we go there, let's go to the theory of what is a sales funnel, and yeah, how do you shape that? How do you create that? The first thing you have to understand is that if you want somebody to buy from you, what's the process that somebody is actually willing to buy from you? Well, first they have to know about you. If they don't know about you, they cannot even buy from you because they don't even know anything about you. So the first stage is create awareness, get somebody's attention. So basically it's called the KLT method, like the know, like, and trust method. First they have to get to know you. Then once they have to know you, you might like them or you might not. Like, look at the process when you are buying from somebody. First you discover somebody, then you know him. Now the question is, do you like him or don't you like him? There will always be people you like, there will always be people you don't like. And if you don't like somebody, it's unlikely that you're going to buy from this person. So the second stage is you have to get somebody to like you, because if you want to buy something yourself, you only buy from those you know, you only buy from those you like. That's pretty obvious. So once you know them, you like them, and they both passed each stage. Now, each stage is part of your sales funnel. The first thing is to get people's attention, get them to know you, then they have to like you. Out of the 1,000 people that will see you, maybe 100 people will say, hey, I like this guy. Now, once they like you, they will have to get to know you. So, especially on the internet, it takes a bit more time, especially if you have a serious offer. Like if you want to sell something for $30, $50, $100, like under $1,000, it's relatively easy. But when it's above that, nobody's making an impulse decision. Like even above $100, like up to $100, I would say it's a compulsive purchase. I need this. Okay, I see this. I buy this. I don't really care about if I know this guy, if I like this guy. I just see it. It serves my needs. It serves the problem. But when I would buy something worth $1,000, or not even $100, when I would buy something for $100 or more, I definitely want to know who I buy it from. I want to like this person. And more importantly, the last part is I have to trust this person. So I have to build a relationship with this person. The reason why I do this YouTube channel, I don't have anything for sale right now. So why am I doing this? This is just for people to get to know me, for people to like me, and then for people to build a relationship with me. And out of these people, let's say 1,000 people get to know me, 100 people like me and they subscribe, and out of these 100 people, maybe 10 of these people trust me and want to buy a product the moment I will release my first product. Now, I went through the stages of knowing, liking, and trusting. So, if you want to do that for yourself or your client, you will have to find a way or a method for them to get engaged with you and to know, like, and trust you before they will eventually buy from you. So, when you look at this picture, I mean, you can just see the first thing is a prospect. Somebody gets to know you, then becomes a contact. They like you, they engage a bit with you. Now they become leads, and now they have leads finalists. Like I would not call it like this, but it's the same thing. You start with a lot of people, and slowly you narrow it down until they become clients. Now, how do you become a great funnel builder, or how do you become a great funnel designer? Trial and error. Stop reading, start doing. You have to start with a product and a niche. Like, who do you want to serve? Now, the thing is, if you want to serve everybody, you're not going to sell anything, because other people will sell a specific problem to a specific person who's looking for a solution. Look at it this way. Imagine you go into a warehouse and you don't have any problems. Now, you really don't know what to buy. So you just walk in there and you don't know what, like, you're just walking there. But imagine you want to put a picture on the wall. Now, if you want to put that picture on the wall, you need to have a nail. But the problem then is, your problem would be that you have to put the nail inside of the wall. So, in order to do that, you would need a hammer or a drill or a screwdriver or wherever or however you want to put it. But let's say you need a hammer to put it in a piece of wood. You need a nail, and then on that nail you could hang the picture. Now, do I want a nail? No, I don't want a nail. Do I want a screwdriver or a hammer? No, I don't want a screwdriver or a hammer. However, my problem is I need to hang something. And in order to do that, the nail and the hammer will become the tools for me to do it. So now if I start looking for people who want to hang something, I can try to engage with them and try to educate them on how they can hang pictures. Now, once I'm engaging, I mean, this example might look a little bit stupid, but I want to explain the concept. So, if this person is trying to hang the picture, I'm not going to sell him a hammer. I'm not going to sell him a nail. He doesn't want a nail. He doesn't want a hammer. He wants to hang that picture. So, these tools are only tools for him to do that. So, if I want to sell the hammer, if I want to sell the nail, I need to persuade him by showing him a recipe on how to get the end result that he desires. Therefore, he will go into the warehouse or the shop and buy the tools that I want to sell. So, very often the direct sale is not working that good. You need to go beyond that and try to find the deep desires of that person and market to that person specifically. Now, if you don't do that, if you go too broad, even though you're very capable of doing whatever it is that you're doing, it's very hard to get access because so many other people are trying to sell the desire rather than the solution. So a lot of people are competing with you and for the attention of your clients. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. And in the end, don't be afraid to fail, because failing only means that you had limited information and now through failure you gain more information. With this new information, you can try again and you have a bigger perspective of what it is that you wanted to do. And with that new information, maybe this time you will succeed. If, if you imagine in my life how many times I failed, it's I fail more than I succeed. Every day I'm failing. I don't win money every day. I don't get clients every day. I'm just trying. I'm trying to do the things that I think I have to do. And there are some days that I do things that I don't really think are as productive. But it's part of the process of learning and going through the motions. And that's another thing. You have to recognize the process. You have to recognize the process of what it takes to become that great funnel builder or athlete or musician or artist or salesman or whatever it is that you want to become. You don't get there overnight. It takes a long process. I'm studying this 24 hours, 7 days a week, every single day for the past year and a half or so. So, and all I did that is because I started to build my life coaching business, which was then um, yeah, which I saw I needed to learn all these things. And now I got a job as a, well, I'm designing this whole media platform for this company. So this is not the thing that I wanted to do in the first place, but this will be part of the process for me to get where I'm going. And that's the biggest thing. You need to have the patience in order to get there. And where it is that you want to go, that's probably the biggest reason, the biggest thing you have to find out And that I think is what life coaching is extremely good for, is try to help you enhance that perception, enhance that perspective. Because if you know what you want to do, like let me just go one more thing, and then we're gonna call it a day because we have to continue working. But it's all about perception and the way somebody perceives it. Imagine you want to climb up a mountain. Now, I'm gonna take a friend. My friend number A, he's a very sportive guy. He's always doing sport. He's an athlete. And when I tell him we climb that mountain, he's like, yeah, of course, it's a piece of cake. So that mountain is a piece of cake. Doesn't mean the mountain is a piece of cake. No, the mountain is a big mountain. But now I'm gonna take my friend number B, and he's only sitting behind the computer working in Builderall and not doing any sports, not taking care of his physical body. Do you think it's as easy for him to climb that mountain? When I tell him we go climb this mountain, he's going to be like, I don't want to climb this mountain. I don't want to do it. It's perception. But if this guy wants to do it, he can do it. But he has to go through the journey of educating himself, learning it, enhancing his perception, enhancing his perspective. Video number 50, the one I did yesterday, we'll talk about exactly this. It's a journey, and you have to start to see the process of what it is, what you want to become, where you want to be at what level you want to be at. Because that's another thing. If you want to be great and you want to do this at like, want to be one of the highest paid people in this job and one of the best builders and be a recognized person within that niche or within that market or within in the world itself, it requires a whole different skill set than it requires to be a great marketeer for your hometown or for your country or for the continent or on the internet. And like the level you want to play at is also something you have to know. So get some clarity on what you really want, and then go through that learn the process. See, what do I need to learn? Once you figured out what it is that you need to learn, then start learning it step by step. You can start learning it, and you can basically become whoever you want to become. So that's it. I hope that answered your question. I went a little bit off topic, but I think that's very important, because you don't wake up one day and become a great funnel builder or a web designer or whatever. It always takes a process, and if you recognize the process and see it for what it is, you will be a lot more patient and a lot more willing to go through that process. And don't beat yourself up too much for not being there yet today, not being there in 3 months from now, not being there in 6 months from now. But if you look back, you might recognize the slow increasement of growth. And yeah, just continue to grind. If that's really what you want, make sure all your attention, all your focus goes towards doing that thing that you want to do at the level you want to do that. And then time will do its job, because if you put your energy towards one goal or a few goals, like the more energy, the more focused you can become, the better results you will get. And that's, I will really finish over. I'm sorry, I always keep rambling when I'm doing these things, but that's really, really the thing is, imagine you focus on three things. Yeah? Imagine you focus on three things. The thing is that if you have 10 hours a day, it means you have 3 hours and 33 minutes, I would say, but that's not true. 3 hours and 20 minutes each day on each goal when you have three things. Now imagine you focus on one thing. Now suddenly you have 10 hours each day to learn and improve the skills within that thing that you're doing. So knowing what you want to focus on and really focusing on that one thing is something that can improve your results immensely, just because you will be able to invest a lot more time in that. And then when you look at it in a broader scale, on the internet, the people you work with, the people who are your competitors, if they focus on three things and you focus on one thing, in 3 years, sorry, in 1 year, you will learn, or you will be capable of learning and putting in the same amount of hours than they would do in 3 years, because they focus on too much different things. Like multitasking is not a bad thing, but it just goes way slower when you do multiple things than you just do one thing. So keep that in mind. That's it for this video. Hope to see you guys in the next video. If you guys have any questions, questions always help me do these lives because it gives me some idea of what you guys want me to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just ranting, and sometimes I skip a few days because right now we're in the process. I did deliver everything in time, so that's great. Next step, what I need to do is I need to find the guests we have for our show. I need to find the location. I already set a meeting with the web company that's going to build our website. The web design is built right now. So everything is on schedule so far. So filming date is 26th of February. So that's coming pretty soon, like 4 weeks from now. Lots of things to do still, but it's an exciting process. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.